Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And as you can see, first off, right out the gate, we have got the Diablo 4 beta installing right now. We are preloading. It's going to be this weekend in just a couple days. So if you do have the early access because you pre-ordered the game, go ahead and dive in to your Diablo 4 section in the Blizzard launcher and install your Diablo 4 beta to preload it so you're ready to go this weekend. But I thought, this would be a fun time to just kind of sit down and reflect and talk about the actual candid reasons that I'm excited for Diablo 4, how it maybe compares and is different to Diablo Immortal, how I think it's going to be similar or different or whatnot, and what the release was like on Diablo 3, and just some of the reasons that me personally am really excited for Diablo 4 to finally be here this weekend where we can dive in and play and then be releasing in a couple months. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so number one, I'll go over a few reasons why I'm excited about Diablo 4 releasing, and then we'll maybe talk about some things that I expect to be good and bad and how it compares to other Diablo games and some of that stuff. But anyway, so the first reason that I'm excited for Diablo 4 is that there is not going to be any pay to win. They've confirmed that battle passes are going to be just for cosmetics and just for kind of ancillary things like wings and dyes or whatever, mounts and stuff like that. But you're not going to be getting, main stat bonuses or XP bonuses or anything like that that will give you an inherent advantage in game against other players, which obviously that is a massive difference to a game like Diablo Immortal. So, coming from Diablo Immortal being my last serious Diablo game, that's obviously exciting because, coming from a StarCraft background, I love being on an even footing with everybody, and those are the ladders that I always take the most serious. When, no matter if you're a billionaire or you are broke, it doesn't matter. You're playing the same game, and it comes down to who puts in the most effort and who is, the best at the game and the most efficient and all of that. So, number one, the fact that there is not going to be any pay to win. There's only going to be battle passes that are cosmetic themed. That is a massive W and something I'm really excited for. Then number two, the second thing that I am excited for in Diablo 4 is the fact that they have confirmed there's going to be seasons basically right out the gate within a few months of release. I think that is a massive dub because seasons are a massive opportunity for the player base to kind of start theory crafting from scratch and everybody get back to the same starting point and get super hyped about the game for a few weeks and dive into a new leaderboard and a new season with new metas and rebalancing and things being shaken up. And I know it's a big source of my entertainment and fun playing things like the Diablo 2 ladder resets and the Diablo 3 season resets, like we just saw with season 28 in Diablo 3, diving into the altar of rights and the new mechanics. It gives the game an opportunity to try new things and get everybody back to the same starting point to compete on new leaderboards, and it kind of gives you that fresh start hope. And we saw with Diablo 2 Resurrected, it took forever for them to do the first ladder reset. And by then, I had kind of moved on to other stuff and it was hard for me to get back into it. And with Diablo 3, I think the game was out for like 2 or 3 years before they did any sort of seasonal content, and it completely changed the game. So the fact that they have confirmed that seasons are coming very soon after release, and they're even kind of calling the release of the game pre-season. So the fact that we're getting seasons right out the gate very soon is a massive upside thing that makes me excited for Diablo 4. And then the third thing, and this is one that doesn't get talked about a whole lot, and I think this really flies under the radar in terms of something that has a big effect on games, or maybe it's just me. Maybe this is just a big deal to me. Maybe most people don't care, but the fact that the player base is not going to be segmented so much, at least from what we're hearing, is that it's going to be a little bit more instance based, and there isn't going to be this like server segmenting where you've got 175 different servers, you've got Storm Shield and Town Portal and Deckard Cain, and you've got all these different servers where like you meet somebody in Discord or you meet somebody in a Twitch stream or whatever, and you want to play with them, and it's like, oh, we can't play together because we're not on the same server. And when there's 200 servers, the odds of you being able to actually play with somebody you meet is insanely low. And then one of you has to like restart and completely delete everything and try to move to a different server. And I know sometimes they can implement stuff like server transfers and stuff, but then you got to like choose, do I leave my whole clan and go with these new people? Do I try to convince my whole clan to shift over? It just, it's a massive mess, and it completely ruins the social aspect of the game. What makes Diablo 3 so amazing for new seasons is you can be on Reddit or whatever in Discord servers, meeting people like, hey, let's group up for next season, and you're all just able to go. Like there isn't any server segmenting of the player base. It was a massive turnoff for me in games like New World and games like Diablo Immortal that I thought were good and had potential, but being segmented away and kind of like isolated, it just makes it a lot less social when everybody's kind of in their own little worlds and we don't all experience the game together. So far in my current understanding of Diablo 4 is that's not really going to be an issue. So that makes me hyper excited. And I think it's something that doesn't get enough discussion in terms of how it makes the player base kind of unite. Oh, and by the way, we are at 99%. Look at that timing. All right, there it goes. Is it going to tick on over to 100% on my install? I don't know. It looks like it's kind of taking its time here at 99%. So I guess while you're installing it, if this happens to you and it pauses for a little bit at 99, we're just gonna let that run for a little bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. It just kind of has to go through the last minute things. But yeah, if that happens to you, it happened to me as well. So I guess just let it do its thing and finish up. But then also here in closing, a couple big things. I think it's going to be a big deal to make sure that they get the game launched properly. It was a big problem in Diablo 3, the famous error 37, and I still remember opening night of Diablo 3, and we couldn't even play until like 5 a.m. And then by then we played for like an hour because we were so dead tired, and we just crashed, and like the next day we couldn't even play or anything. So hopefully, I know people get all excited and they take like time off work, and they take like 3 days of holiday to really dive in because we're all excited. We've been waiting for Diablo 4 for like 7 or 8 years, waiting for this moment. So hopefully, because they're segmenting the different beta iterations, they've got the closed beta this weekend, and then they've got the open beta next weekend. Hopefully, because they're kind of doing two different ones, hopefully this weekend is a little bit less busy. They can stress test things and they can kind of optimize. And then the next weekend during the open beta, hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll probably be the one that is at risk of crashing and bugging out and people not being able to play and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that we don't see a similar situation to Diablo 3, and I hope that it's a little bit more like Diablo Immortal. Say what you want about Diablo Immortal, but the game functioned pretty good during the beta and in release. Basically like a 9 out of 10. It wasn't god tier perfect, but it wasn't like Diablo 3 where it was like a 1 or 2 out of 10. It was actually pretty smooth in terms of how it functioned and all of that. So hopefully we get more of the same with Diablo 4 and we're able to enjoy the beta and actually theorycraft, and the people that jump in and take time off work and stuff don't get screwed over by missing out and being able to play. So yeah, that is the reasons that I'm excited for Diablo 4. Let me know down below what you're thinking and where your head is at and why you're excited and all of that. I'm looking forward to diving in this weekend and playing the beta a lot and covering it here on the channel. So remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy Diablo content. I will make sure to cover Diablo 4 insanely in depth with the whole team that we've got here, theory crafting and building stuff together and streaming it and all of that. So it's an exciting time and I can't wait for it to launch this weekend. I will be covering it for you as best I can, but have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Peace.